in the game, we really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block, helmets, casket is tied. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision, we got too many. Take your tech. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just dropped. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted to come around.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Josh Thomas, a.k.a. DFS Up North, here with another Fore Thoughts PGA podcast for DFS Army. Your first look at the 3M Open at TPC Twin Cities. I give you my Fore Thoughts, kind of on GPP construction this week, some of the narratives that are out there, things to get you started off on hopefully the right foot. And then if you want to know the secret sauce to some of our winners and things like that, you got to become a DFS Army VIP. How do you do that? Use that code UPNORTH, 10% off VIP membership, www.dfsarmy.com. You know where to find us, right? 10% off. Give it a month try. $69.99 a month, 10% off. That drops you to about $60 a month. I guarantee that you will win at least $60 profit in a month if you come and join us at DFS Army. 3M Open this week. It's in my backyard, right? Here's the deal. I'm from Minnesota. I'm DFS Up North, but I think people sometimes forget like how big Minnesota is. Like, I'm not going to be at the 3M Open this week. All right. It is in my backyard, but if my backyard is 5 hours away, it's a haul. Like, I'm in northern Minnesota. The 3M Open is down in the cities, actually north of the Twin Cities there in Blaine. It's a little bit of a haul for me, and with three young boys at home, all under the age of 4, it's a tough little jaunt for me to get down there. But I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully here in the future, I'll be able to make an appearance and you know, a lot of the DFS community, especially people who create PGA content, are from Minnesota. So it'd be fun to check in with everybody. Like I said, if you want to win like these guys, right? Like Schmad, like Big Daddy Kang, who else? Kenny, my boy Kenny G. Big win there. If you want to win like these guys, you can use that code UPNORTH. That's 10% off VIP membership. That gets you access to everything. All the content, all the PGA, MLB, NFL is coming up, right? That's where we crush. Not to say we don't crush in other sports, but NFL is you know, everybody's bread and butter. So that's my jam. I'm excited. We got a big NFL staff meeting this week, getting things ready for the NFL season. We got a bunch of cool stuff in place. So I'm pretty pumped for it. TPC Twin Cities, all right? This is the third iteration of the 3M Open, and it's the third time that's played at TPC Twin Cities. The TPC Twin Cities has hosted PGA events in the past, but it was the senior tour. So they held the senior tour here for a long time. It's a par 71. I hate to say it, it's in my backyard. This is my Minnesota event. It's a boring course. It's a parkland course. There's water. That's like maybe the one, tricky part about it. There's some forced carries, things like that, but it's a hit the ball in the fairway, hit it on the green, make a putt type of course. You're going to see a low score here. 74-31 on the yardage, not crazy long. The stimp meter's at 12 is what they say. They're going to try to get it up to 12.5 to 13, which shouldn't be that hard this week because, like, if you are from this area, we have not gotten much rain. The weather's been extremely dry. The course superintendent said today that they've only received 1 inch of rain since May 1st. So that is tough. They have to water it themselves. And with, that fescue type of rough, that's going to be more predominant this week, I think, than the bluegrass that is traditionally there. So the rough is going to be a little bit more wispy, and actually, I think a little bit more easy to play out of, which is going to, again, make it easier to score. Big greens here, 6,500 square feet, 72 sand bunkers, lots of sand, lots of water hazards, 27. Water is in play on 15 holes, so you got to be careful out there. But again, so we're saying that the rough is not going to be that tough. That the stimp's going to roll at 12.5 to 13, which again benefits poor putters. I think we're going to see a low score here, and I think we're going to see a guy who is an excellent ball striker be your winner this week. So my first forethought, though, is there an Open Championship hangover? Are these guys dealing with jet lag? What's going on here? So here's the deal. I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised that, guys like Louis Oosthuizen have not withdrawn yet. That is, to me, a little surprising. I haven't heard confirmation that he's on the grounds, that he's ready to play, anything like that. If he is, he's a lock and load DFS play. Don't overthink it here. All right. If guys are here, they are ready to play. I put the odds up here because, if the book was baking in jet lag or Open Championship hangover, you'd see it related here in the odds, and it's just not. The only guys at the top of the board that didn't play last week are Matthew Wolff, who has been dealing with some shit, and I mean, good for him for admitting it and taking the time to do it. And then Bubba Watson, who was a close contact and couldn't come into. Couldn't fly into the country, right? So they weren't going to let him play. But otherwise, top of the board, all played last week. I'm not concerned about it. This is actually the first time that we are going to see the U.S. Open, or not the U.S. Open, the 3M Open the week after the Open Championship. But what we've seen is, in the past, this used to be the RBC Canadian Open. In this slot, we really didn't see guys come over here and really struggle coming off the Open. And in fact, if they played well over there, we tended to see that they played well at the Open Championship. So I'm not buying into that narrative this week. Again, we make DFS golf so hard. Play the best plays. Okay. And speaking of play the best plays, here's the deal this week. I agree that you need to play the best plays, but in events like this, where we have sort of a weaker field and there's going to be clusters of chalk, all right? And what I mean by that is clusters of guys with really high ownership, all right? So I think that it behooves us to make calculated plays off of the chalk. All right. And unless you feel really, 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 really confident that a guy is going to be a great play, then I think that you maybe look the other direction. So guys that initially, this is Monday night, guys that I'm seeing get a lot of love are guys like Cam Tringali. I love Cam. He rates up really well for me here. If he's going to push 20% owned, is he that much more likely to win than somebody maybe like a Bubba Watson, who is a third of the ownership, a fourth of the ownership? The reality is no. Guys like I think Mito Pereira is going to get a lot of love this week. He played really, really well. Kid's going to be a stud. He's going to be the new Jocko Neiman. Played well in the KFT, played well last week at the Barbasol. So are we going to, how do you feel about him? All right. A guy that I'm crossing every finger and body and hoping that they're not super high owned is a guy like Hank Lebioda, who I love this week. And I think that he's a great play too. So it comes down to game theory. Is player A that much, 4 times as likely to win or to finish in the top 5 as player B? If he is, then you play him, right? If he's not, then you need to consider playing player B. All right. Forethought number 3, strokes gain approach is king. All right. And it is every single week, right? But if you're going to play well at the 3M, you better bring your putter and you better avoid 3 putts. All right. So here's the deal. Combining strokes gain approach and putting over guys' last 25 rounds. Here's how players rank out right now that are in the field this week. Number 1 is Louis, right? Like I said, if he plays, he's a lock and load play. Number 2, my boy Hank. God, I hope he's not high owned this week. And even if he is, he's one of those guys that, I feel like I am really, really confident that he's going to play well here and I can play it. And 3rd is a surprising play. And I got a little love. I don't know about necessarily love, but somebody, I tweeted last week that there's not, or 2 weeks ago, that there's not a better bet in golf than against Satoshi Kodaira in round 4 or round 2, because he comes out firing around 1 and then falls apart in round 2. And somebody tweeted at me and actually sent me a DM and said he's going to win soon. And it felt a little bit threatening. So I'm in on Satoshi this week. All right, buddy. But yeah, he's again, crush approach, make birdies. That's the key to success here. So yeah, a strokes gains approach is king, but again, you better bring your putter this week. And I love hearing the superintendent today say that he is going to increase the stem, that he's going to make these greens really fast, because contrary to popular belief, fast greens help bad putters because they just have to get it online. They don't have to worry about speed as much. Slow greens help better putters. And we actually saw that come to play last week at the Open Championship. You look at that leaderboard. I mean, Cullen putted out of his mind, but traditional, like, really good putters littered that leaderboard. You had Mackenzie frickin' Hughes in the top 10 again, right? Good putters, better on slow, are at a bigger advantage on slow greens. Last week, they were rolling at a 10. You put these things at 12.5 and 13, you're going to bring bad putters in. Guys like Keegan Bradley, who I love this week and have already bet to win. And again, my final forethought, though, is at its par 71, there are 3 par 5s you better be willing to roll. Can we talk for a second about Robert Garrigus? Like, are you kidding me? What he made last week at the Barbasol, he made eagle, albatross, eagle, eagle. He played a hole in like freaking -8 for the week and didn't even win. Like, unreal. Got to score on the par 5s here. They're all between 550 and 600 yards. The par 5 birdie or better leaders for 2021 are Sergio Garcia, who is consistently underowned because people hate Sergio. He's an elite ball striker. This is an event that he could win. He's a little short in odds for me to bet him right now. But if he comes out and plays like, not great on round 1 and somebody like DJ goes low or somebody like that, and we get a bump back on the odds, I'm going to be betting Sergio on Thursday night. Luke List. Luke was in the hunt last week. He had a really poor front 9 in round 4, and then really fought back and got himself a chance to get into a playoff at the Barbasol. So List is trending in the right direction. I think is a very, very good GPP play this week. And then a bomb out of nowhere, Ryan Brem, par 5 birdie or better. I gotta put him in a lineup this week. If you're gonna show up, if I'm saying that you got to score on par 5s and he's number 3 in the field on par 5 scoring, give me it, girl. Let's go. All right. So again, that hopefully gets you a good start on kind of your ideas for the week, what it looks like, what some of the narratives are out there. Weekly content, if you just want to try us out for a week, it's $9.99. Just that's straight PGA monthly, $29.99, $300 for the year. But really, what you got to do is you got to get in on the VIP that gets you access to everything, and it's not that much more expensive. $69.99 per month. That's an auto recurrence. You get access to everything, esports, football, MLB, NBA, all of it. This, our Discord, everything that we have to offer. Use that code up north. You get 10% off for life. What are you waiting for? Get with the winners here at DFS Army. Again, if you want access to all of our cheat sheets, that's what you got to do. All the secret sauce, all the info, the domination station, it's all in there. But you got to sign up. And when you sign up, use that code up north. Get your boy a little kickback here, right? We'll see you guys later. Have a great night.
Got the best coaches in the game. We really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles.